Good. It was great, everybody. It's your man, Mr. Al Pete, MPN Management, MPN Network, MPN Podcast Network, Mr. Peterson's Neighborhood, all of the above. That is us. So thank y'all for tuning in to the second edition of the MPN Network night. Greatly appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Please make sure you follow the handles MPN Management on Instagram and Twitter, Mr. Peterson's Neighborhood on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch, all that good stuff. So I'm sure you're following it because you're watching through one of these channels, but nevertheless, we have a good thing coming up tonight. 7 o'clock we have Strong Friend Check-In, just checking in with Adriana Sequel. And then 8 o'clock we have Show and Tell, Snicker Conversation with Reduced Lunch on Dedrick Hicks Jr. Some good stuff, man. And 9:30 we got Random Thoughts of Love Rain. Love Rain's going to be doing an interview with Hope McMath. I'm looking forward to that. So make sure you follow, make sure you follow, make sure you follow. Oh, also, I'm gonna show my Love Jones, the movie I had to do for school. I'm gonna be showing it at some point. So just stick around and just be tuned in, man. Get your popcorn, get your wine, get your drink, get your smoke, whatever the case may be. But thank y'all so much for tuning in every Thursday, last Thursday of the month. MPN Network night. We're gonna be streaming all kind of content from the gang, from the neighbors and the groups. All right, to the top.
My name is Christina Curates, and I am the curator of Sunday Vibes, powered by the Groove Sweet Jacks. You will hear neo-soul, R&B, and an eclectic sound throughout. It's definitely mellow vibes, perfect for a Sunday evening. Catch the mix Sundays at 9 p.m. and Mondays at 8 a.m. on the Sound of Duval. Hope you enjoy.
The Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet.
Larry Love, when's the next R&B Mostly? So, what is R&B Mostly? Back in 2015, yours truly, DJ Larry Love, was sitting on a couch and I realized that people thought R&B was dead. So I created a microblog to show people, obviously classic R&B, and to also show people R&B artists that exist today. Fast forward to 2019, we created our first event in Jacksonville, Florida. We've been kind of moving ever since. The idea is 80% R&B, 20% whatever else we feel like playing. Hip hop, soca, reggae, twerk music, whatever gets the people moving. So it's kind of an event flipped on its head. R&B Mostly is an event. It is a microblog. It is a place where we promote R&B music, good music, and we make mixes to show people, show that style of music in its fullest form. So my name is Larry Love, DJ Larry Love, and I am the founder and creator of R&B Mostly. You can find us on Instagram at R&B Mostly and on Facebook at R&B Mostly. And the N is not the actual sign of and, it's the letter N. So R&B Mostly, Facebook, Instagram, my name is DJ Larry Love.
One time for your mind. One time for your mind.
What's good, people of the internet? First of all, thank you so much for watching. Just checking in, a strong friend check-in mini-sode. I'm your host, Adriana Sequel. And as you can see tonight, I'm joined by two very special guests who are newbies to strong friend check-in in general. So I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves. Who are you, sir, next to me?
My name is DJ Larry Love, and thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is this over here?
My name is Jadel. I go by Good 904 on a lot of streaming and social media platforms. I am the creator of Married Men Anonymous.
Yes, y'all. So I invited these two great gentlemen on tonight because there is a topic that I've been dying to discuss. It is definitely a part of a larger conversation, but we gotta start somewhere, right? So I had this topic in mind for like a minute now, but it really kind of came to fruition the other night when I was watching one of my favorite shows, This Is Us on NBC. I'm sure a lot of y'all watch it as well. And one of the characters, Randall Pearson, played by the very talented and very fine Sterling K. Brown, the episode really kind of dealt with his mental health as a black man. Try not to give any spoilers away for those of y'all who haven't seen the season 5 premiere. Go watch that on Hulu. But the episode really dealt with the coronavirus, the social and political unrest that's going on in our country, as well as the character Randall's anxiety. He already has anxiety, and just the things that really mount on top of that as a black man. So I decided to invite you two black men onto the show.
I appreciate it. I'm honored.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, seriously.
And tonight I really want to discuss black men and mental health and why, or why you guys may or may not seek mental health professionals, let me put it that way. So I want to go ahead and dive into the conversation, and you guys at home, if you can leave comments that we can see. I think we can see that.
Yeah, we can see
yeah.
it.
Okay, cool. We can see that shit. So definitely, leave comments, join in the conversation with us, because again, this is really a part of a larger conversation, but I just want to go ahead and start here tonight. So let me go ahead and dive in. So my first question to both of you is, do you currently see a therapist?
Yes.
All right, cool. What about you,
Apparently,
Jadel?
No. I
Okay.
actually don't.
All right, cool. So Larry, you do see a therapist.
Yes.
How long have you been seeing your therapist?
This one, because I've been in therapy a couple of times.
Okay.
I've been in therapy 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Nice.
Like that, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I go every week, every Friday, so I have a session in the morning.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And I noticed you said that you have been before. So has it been like years ago, maybe some months ago, while you're trying to find the right professional, or?
It was years ago.
Okay.
My counseling experience before this was always relationship based.
Okay.
One of them, which was probably my best experience up until now, it was relationship based, but then I had to see the lady on my own. So we dealt with kind of my stuff, but it was about the relationship still. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but that was 5 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a while.
Awesome. So it's something that you have been through before and you're familiar with.
I was familiar, generally speaking, with the process and kind of how it works. But yeah, it's different. This right here is different.
Yeah.
It's different.
I bet. We gonna.
I appreciate
it.
it.
Right? He does. You have a different glow about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to my counselor. You're amazing. I appreciate you.
Awesome. So, Jadel, you said that you have not ever seen a therapist.
No, I've seen one when I was like little.
Okay.
Like, it's probably like in elementary.
Okay.
But it was more so for like behavioral. And I think like at that point I didn't really get up. Like I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm a kid. I'm doing kid shit. Like
of
course, like I'm hyper or have shit like this. Like I wasn't never really violent growing up and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was an only child, so it was like I got all these things. I don't think I need a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm still a kid. I'm being around kids 24/7. I'm playing sports. me, I guess more so, I just didn't have the attention span really to be in the classroom, and I was quote unquote a class clown.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
I can see that.
Definitely can see that.
I can see
enough,
it.
my third grade teacher, and he was like one of my favorite teachers that I've had throughout school. He messaged me last night on Facebook, found me, and messaged me, and he was like, "Man, how are you?" And I was like, "We just sat and talked." And he was
That's
like, "Man,
dope.
I taught you." And he was like, he just cried. He was like, because I told him, I was like, "Man, you were like one of my favorite teachers." Like, I knew, like, no matter how bad I got, I still knew from right from wrong.
Yeah.
But also, I always had somebody rooting for me.
Yeah.
Like, I always say, like, I've never really had a bad teacher.
Yeah.
Through my whole life. I've had some teachers I didn't like, but that didn't mean they were bad teachers.
Yeah.
I probably was just stubborn and didn't want to take the lesson that they were trying to give me. But, you know, I talked to him. It was like, wow, man, like, it's so great. He was like, dude, listen, whenever we can, like, get together for a cup of coffee or a drink, please. And, I mean, he taught me 22 years ago.
That's what's up.
And it's funny enough. And, like, he sought out me. Like, he came and reached out and found me. And instantly, as soon as I accepted the friend request, he messaged me.
That's really dope.
I'm like, wow, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you were a class clown.
See, I told you, I can see it.
Like,
I can totally see it.
He was like, I enjoyed that because you had such a charismatic and loving heart as a kid. And I was just like, damn, you saw that. Like, I see it now, but you saw that as a kid.
Yeah.
I love that. I really love that. And I love the fact that both of you have had, you know, at least some experience with therapy. You had some as a child, you had some in the past and currently. So that's dope all the way around. At least y'all are kind of familiar with what that looks like. So I was going to ask, you know, if the answer had been no, which, I mean, Jadelle, you're not seeing somebody currently.
It's not that I'm not open to it.
Okay.
It's definitely not that I'm.
Okay.
I think for me, it's finding a person that truly cares.
We can talk about that.
Without a paycheck.
Can we talk about that? Oh, without a paycheck.
Right. No, I'm saying like.
Oh, this.
No, I feel. No, I got you. I got
but
you.
Yeah. Even without
this is what you get paid.
Yes.
You're not just doing a job.
For me, it's a thin line. This is why I created my podcast.
It is.
Because some people want the therapy, but it's like, do you really care outside of your paycheck?
Yes, I feel
like,
that.
Well, you know, with certain like people in the medical field, like nurses and doctors.
Oh, you can tell the difference.
Like, yeah, and it's,
you can tell it.
Or even with teachers, anything in a professional career where you have to bond with somebody. I need to know like this is just more than your job.
Yeah.
Like I need to know that you care outside of me providing you money. And if I can find that, I'm good. Like I mean, therapy, trauma, anxiety, like that's in a black man's DNA.
Yep.
It's written. It's
straight up like that.
It's written in our DNA code. And it goes back, you're talking generations.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we don't open up to it, to the idea. It's how can we open up to somebody outside of someone who's supposed to love us and they truly care.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And that's what, like I said, I'm not opposed to it, but it's just I need to find someone. And even if I just need to sit and talk to a therapist before I go through the steps, we take the dollar out of it. Like I'll pay you. That's not an issue. But I need to know you care outside of just me coming to therapy. It's similar to like the work field. Like, I don't want to work for a company and they don't care if I'm here today or gone tomorrow.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
If it comes to it, how much do you really care about me as an employee? Are you willing to go to bat for me? If you can't, then why am I working for you?
I think that's such an interesting perspective because I don't want to say like I expected for you to have a certain type of answer, but I guess I'll just say that's not one that I've heard before. And that's pretty profound, actually. I think for me, I did end up finding that person. For those of you who have been around from day one of Strong Friend Check-In, you all know that I have seen a therapist for like 2.5 years now. And as of recently, I actually stopped seeing my therapist. And the reason for that is, that's probably a whole nother episode, but the reason for it is because I feel like at this time in my life, I have, kind of learned, I won't say all the lessons that I have to learn, because you're always learning, you're always growing. But I just think that from those 2.5 years, I was able to kind of get some of the tools that I need and put them in my toolbox, so that when things do start to come up, I know how to handle it.
It reminded me of that episode on Lovecraft Country when Hippolyta went through the journey, and when she finally found her, she was like, you know what? Listen, this is me. This is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna own me now, and I know the steps that I have to take.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm not on my rocker.
Yes.
It's like I feel like with that, it's not that you didn't need it, but you're like, you know what? This was a stepping stone. You helped me get to where I need to be. Now that I'm there, I can own and master this shit. Which I think that's dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That episode had me like boo crying, first of all.
And
that was a great episode.
So many generations.
It did,
man.
yeah.
It showed.
Yeah.
That showed, and it's ironically enough, that in Watchmen, like you had two strong black women. Well, Country Lovecraft, they had a whole plethora of strong black women, and it's just that we need that representation.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need that, you know, and that's what made, Chadwick Boseman so amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was just another action hero or super. It was, I can look and see somebody that looks just like me.
Right.
That he killed it. He was just amazing. And but you could feel it was just different than him just going, reading the script and acting out. Like, you gave so many kids hope.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what you need. You need
for sure.
That positive reinforcement.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Sure.
That's still sad. So Larry, I guess I'll ask you, going back to what Jadelle was saying about finding somebody who cares beyond just, this is my job, this is the dollar amount that I get paid to listen to you hourly. It seems to me, from what you're saying, it sounds like you found that person.
Yes.
So how'd you know that you found that person?
So, number one, so when you first I'll say this. Finding a counselor during COVID is hard as hell.
Listen,
right?
I can only imagine.
Keep it
only imagine.
Because we do all of our sessions over the phone or through video chat.
Yeah.
Right? So being, and I'm going to just keep it a butt, like my counselors before were white women.
Interesting.
I'm a black man.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that you're a counselor. So like, you've dealt with different situations. I'm in the military, so at the time I had military counselors, especially during that time. So they've seen different types of people.
Right.
But I'm a black man. You'll never understand what it means to be me. That's a whole...
True. Yes.
I got my buddy Chris, you've met at the Drip Gala.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to him certain days, man. And he's like, bro, like, even when like shit was getting bad, he was like, dog, like, none of my sergeants or generals would even just come up and check up on me.
Because they don't care. But it's the same situation, right? Like, I want a counselor that even if you went on the clock, you going to really ask me how I'm doing and really care, right? So I'll say I found that. But before, and my counselors that I had before did care.
Yeah.
But the disconnect was, you're a white woman. What can you...
Or how can you relate?
You can't. You gonna only be able to get me to a certain point.
Yeah.
It's gonna be blinders that you have because I'm black and I'm a man. So unless you've dealt with a lot of black men who are similarly come from where, it's only a certain place you're gonna be to get me. And it's only a certain level of comfortability, right? So I'll say this. My counselor let me say nigga. She let me say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Because she's a black woman. She gives me my freedom to be. I'm not finna tell this white woman.
Yeah.
Nigga this, nigga that, because I'm telling the story. Like, now I gotta filter myself and like pull back, and I'm in counseling to let this shit out.
Larry, you just really hit the nail on the head, man, because again, like I said, I already had this conversation in mind, but that episode of This Is Us really drove it home. Now listen, y'all, I'm not trying to give y'all no spoilers, especially if you haven't seen it, because it came out like Tuesday or something, so you still got time. But what I will say is exactly what you just said in the episode. This is all I'm gonna say. In the episode, Randall, he did start going last season to a therapist. The therapist happened to be a white woman. At the end of the episode, he does call her and basically says point blank the exact same thing you just said. there's a lot of, because, you know, a lot of these TV shows just in general now are kind of getting into what I call COVID content and kind of bringing like real life into the storyline. So like I said, we're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with the death of George Floyd in these episodes, and he basically told his therapist, you know, you're great, you know, there's nothing that you have done to me, but you just simply cannot understand.
Nope.
And there, you can't help it.
Nope.
You can't even help it. You just can't understand me as a black man, where I'm coming from. So I think it's really dope that you bring that up, because I feel like, and I don't want to speak for anybody because I'm not a black man, but I feel like just as black people in general, that's kind of one of the barriers that keeps us from seeking the help that we need. Because I'm gonna just tell the truth, there are resources to find black therapists out there, but they are still so few and far between.
Yep. Yeah.
So that makes it even harder. Like you said, you want to find somebody that you can say nigga around. Like, nobody wants to censor themselves in a space where they are supposed to be 100% free.
Yeah.
And you're going to
Especially
do
if
that.
I'm going for therapy.
Exactly.
If I'm going to release.
Yeah. And you're going to do that with somebody who you feel, and I feel, you know, that they're not going to really understand your background.
Yeah.
That's just bound to happen.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Big facts. Yeah, that real quick, just
yeah,
to hit
ahead
on what we've been talking about, like, for anybody who is trying to go to therapy, bro, like, take that time. And for me, I'm a researcher. So like, I read through her bio, I saw what her background was in. I kind of looked at her picture and I'm like, she look cool. But I already knew it was certain things I was looking for that my counselor has to be like in.
Yeah.
Has to know about, has to have dealt with.
Gotcha.
So it's like, okay, when I sit down with you, at least if I don't feel your vibe, I at least know you're gonna understand from a counseling standpoint where I'm at.
Yeah.
You can at least relate to me. And she's a black woman. I was raised by a black woman. A black woman who, my mother understands me.
Yeah, yeah.
So a black woman who has been around black men, has counseled black men, understands the problems and the stuff that, come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You gonna be able to read straight through my ass.
Yeah.
No, she be telling me about myself, boy. I be like,
boy, they do, don't you? They be on your ass. They be on your ass. But it feels so good, though. Not in the moment.
Not in the moment.
Because you be wanting to square up for real, but like later on, be like, damn, it was right.
No, I'm gonna say this. My counselor told me that I was negative, and I said,
yeah, you really want to be like, excuse me?
You know who I am.
Yeah.
And then she broke that shit down. I said, you right.
And that's all you can do. You just be sitting there just like,
you right.
Yeah, that's really it.
One thing black women do, they're gonna call us out on our shit.
Lord
that
Jesus.
is truth. That's true.
You
said it. I didn't. That's just truth, okay?
Next question, please.
Y'all the world's greatest detectives.
What? Yeah,
listen, I'm just, you said it, not me.
That's a fact.
So, go ahead.
Even then, just speaking on that, I don't think we could, as a black man, I don't think we really could, I'm not going to say respect, except being checked other than by a black woman. Because y'all are the only ones that's really going to get us. So it's like certain shit. Even then, I've had certain like past relationships, and I've had black women be like, you did what? You got what? Yeah. That's because it wasn't one of us. Like, that shit went to slide. I'm like, nah, fuck that. It went to slide. And it's just like, to a sense, you know, it's a reflection of our mother. So it's just like certain shit, you know not to really try or slide back. It's like, listen, if I do this shit, there's going to be some repercussions behind it. Now, I might do it, but I can't be oblivious to why the fuck she hit me. Or why she's stalking me, or why she
goddamn reason.
Like, I know why. Like, can we stop playing dumb to the shit that we do? Listen, man. We are fucking these women mentally up, and in return, they fucking us up.
Boy. Oh, Lord Jesus. We having real talk right now?
Okay. That's why healing is important.
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That's why healing is important. So, okay, while we're on this, because, you know, I'm going to go off the cuff. So let me ask you, because y'all are saying that, you know, nobody's really going to understand a black man like a black woman. But what about another black man? Yeah. Larry, when you were looking for, you know, a mental health professional, did you consider a black man? Why or why not?
I didn't see him. I didn't see him.
Y'all heard that?
I didn't
Did
see
y'all
him.
hear it? Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Even
And
then, it's not that many
right.
men in healthcare professions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very scarce. Like
yeah.
I got, besides my homeboy and probably like a couple other, I don't really know too many like black male nurses.
It's a shortage.
Scarce.
It's a shortage, just like male black teachers. There's a shortage, man.
I can agree with that. Even in my search, because I mean, I knew that I wanted to have a black female therapist, but I just wanted to see it was out there, period. Like, can I just find a black person?
Yeah.
And that, especially in the area that we're in, for those of you who don't know, we are all from Jacksonville, Florida. In the area that we're in, it's hard enough to just find somebody that looks like us, period. Yeah. Male, female, otherwise.
Especially in those higher positions.
Yeah. That's very difficult. It might be easier in, larger metropolitan areas. Like, it might be easier, like, in Atlanta or like, Houston, Texas, or something like that.
We flock to those areas. So the young black professional is gonna be in excess
or in those
places.
Yeah.
They're gonna flock there.
And granted, it's a city full of people that look like them. So of course it thrives well because it's like, hey. But also with that, poverty stricken, high crime rate. So it's shit like that where you're just like, therapy's there, but it's just like, is it really being used to the fullest extent it can be used to?
I 100% agree with that because, and one thing I want to say to everybody who's watching and listening is that, this show is about therapy and the ways in which that it can help people. But the thing about it is, and I'm going to actually get to this later, but the thing about it is there are a lot of barriers to therapy that people don't necessarily think about. A lot of people don't have health care, can't afford it. Therapy is not cheap. If I sit here and think about the money that I've spent, and it's a great investment. Please hear me when I say it's the best investment I have ever made in all my 28 years.
Change your life, literally.
However, it was an investment. Like, it was money that sometimes I really didn't have, but because I knew that I needed this service in my life, and without it, I don't know where the fuck I would be. That's an investment I was willing to make. But for most people, they can't. They simply cannot. And that's something that I understand. That's why I do try to encourage people to heal in other ways, which looks like we're going to get to in a little bit. Yes, we're going to get to that in a minute. But, there are other ways to self-care. And I know when we say self-care, there's a certain kind of connotation that goes along with it. But there are ways that you really can go inward and kind of dig into yourself on your own. So let me see. I got one more question not one more, but I got a few questions for y'all. But one thing I did want to ask was, I guess I'll ask you, Larry, because you are currently seeing a therapist. Was there anything about the current social political climate that's happening right now that really encouraged you to go ahead and go back?
COVID.
Okay.
COVID, and this was more personal, but my deployment, I went on deployment last year and came back at a year ago. A year and 3 weeks ago. The deployment, and then that led into George Floyd, and that led into it was a lot. Honestly, it kind of go all the way back to NIP, to be honest, but it kind of, I mean, my whole life, but you know what I'm saying? That's but really the most recent thing that actually led me was COVID and my prior relationship.
Okay.
So, okay. Those two things, but it was a lot going on because of us being where we're at and life, and COVID started exposing a lot of shit for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Jadelle, I know that you're not seeing a professional currently, but with all this shit that's going on, did it ever cross your mind at some point?
Believe it or not, honestly, that's why I started my podcast.
Okay.
That's literally why I started. It just became my therapy session.
Yeah.
I get behind that mic, and whatever I'm going through, I just let it out on there.
I like that.
So I don't. My scream, my cry. I've cried on there a couple times, but I just let it out. I pour my soul out. I pour my heart out, and I get behind that mic, and I feel a shit ton of weight lifted.
That's dope.
I go back, the next few days, I do my regular routine. And then when I start feeling like I'm winding down, I'm like, I got a couple days until I record.
Yeah.
Cool. I go and record. I
It's my
dump
therapy.
that shit off.
My therapy.
And I go right back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely been my therapy for the most part so far.
And I really like that you said that, because going back to what I just said about, alternative ways of healing, when you're podcasting with other people, like right now we're having a conversation, right? And though neither one of us are, licensed mental health professionals, it just helps to talk to other people.
Yep.
And that's what
Absolutely.
I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I don't want to speak for anybody because I'm not a black man, but sometimes I feel like maybe that's what some black men are missing.
1,000%.
No, that's
1,000%. Especially a black man who truly feels them and not just
Oh, bro, that's
crazy, bro. So you trying to get on that man though?
Yeah.
Even then, I want to speak on it.
Go ahead.
Right now.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
It's been a lot of killings around the city.
Mm-hmm.
And are we gonna retaliate, or we draw the line and say, you know what, we need to come together?
Yeah.
And that's just that. A lot of people don't want to have that conversation.
Nope.
It's like, you killed my homeboy, so now I gotta go kill your homeboy. I gotta go kill you, and it's like that's a never-ending cycle.
Right.
It
Cycles.
never ends. And it's like, where do we draw the line? Like, I think I was listening to a song earlier today, and the lyrics stuck with me. 2 Chainz sitting in the song, he was like, murder's so common now, it don't even seem violent.
Wow.
And like, it's just that one, I was just like, damn, like that shit is just like a normal day. Like
we just see it. We just see it. Damn.
Everybody's desensitized to it.
It's so, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, somebody can just be killed and you just like, damn.
Yeah.
Somebody just died.
Be on your phone. Damn, nigga just died.
Yeah.
Like, and you know probably the reason. It's like, yo, if you got a chance to get out the game, get out.
Yeah.
Like, the streets don't. Any black man, and you've been told this since young, streets don't love
nobody.
They're not loyal. Don't shit. Even Jay said it. Don't die from the neighborhood that your mama ran. Like, oh, I hate to say it, white people ain't doing this shit. They not. And if the goal is wealth, let's come together and figure that out.
Yeah.
Because us killing each other to get wealth. It's the most backward shit ever.
Yeah. So then let me ask you, while we're on kind of like this part of conversation and black men really being able to, one, speak to each other and speak to each other openly, and then come together on the things that really matter. Do you feel like your circle, and I'm talking about just like your black male friends only, do you feel like you have a secure circle that you can do that with, that you can come with, like, let's say you maybe want to have a similar conversation that you've had with your therapist. Do you feel comfortable and safe enough to be able to bring that to your homeboys?
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Great.
Actually, probably like a couple weeks, or about a couple weeks to 3 weeks ago, I had a moment like that. My homeboy was like, nah, he texted me, he was like, nah, fuck that, like, pull up, meet me here, such and such. And I was like, damn, like, you care.
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely care. Like, I had 12 groomsmen in my wedding.
Hey, boy,
your wedding
nigga,
was
large.
Boy.
It's funny,
it was large.
I wanted to be like Jesus. That's why I went to 12, but I could have had easily 15.
Yeah.
That's easily. Like, the only reason why it was 12, because my wife had to stretch on her end to make 12.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's like, you got baby, you can't have that.
Right.
Those are like 12 people I can genuinely call on.
That's amazing.
And I know they'll be there. So when it's like that, even then, like one of my homeboys, we play ball together. He was like, dog, like a lot of times, like I suffer silently because I just don't know how to reach out and just let somebody know I need help, or just like, and that's what we've been trained to condition.
Yeah.
Because our father probably didn't know how to deal with his emotions. His father did. Hey, boy, suck that shit up. Be tough.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's generationally taught. So I think with my generation, our generation, like I see Fred, like I see Dedrick, like I see you, we're allowing our kids to be open, to be not vulnerable, but to open up about their emotions, about their feelings.
Talk
be
about
able
it.
to express themselves without backlash.
Yeah.
Because when you allow that open space, kids don't have to hide shit. Kids can be them true self. Shout out to D Wade. You know, he get a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
He's
Yes.
Listen, bro.
Yes. Absolutely.
And he gets so much hate because we don't.
Cause the nigga love his son.
Right.
Because
daughter.
Sorry.
His daughter.
The reason is
child.
How many of us really have our parents have loved us? Have had both parents?
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You break it down statistically. How many black parents have both? How many black families have both parents?
That's true.
Active in their life.
And like y'all are saying, regardless of whether or not you even have both, are they even going to be, you know, as open as we are now as a generation? Because sometimes I look at our generation, right? And I'm just like, how do we even get here? Like when did we collectively decide that enough was enough? You know? Like how did we get to this space to where we want to heal and we want the next generation to be better than ours? Like you know, when we think about our parents and we think about all the sacrifices they made and, you know, them doing the best they can, I think that our parents probably thought about that more like financially. Like, I just want my child to have the things and the experiences that I didn't have.
Go to
but
college.
They're not really thinking, like go to college mentality, but they're not really thinking about, is my child well-adjusted?
Bro.
Like, is my child, like, okay in the head? Like, you know, I don't think, because this conversation was probably being had, but it was being had in very small circles, or, you know, it wasn't mainstream like it is now.
I think you also got to think their parents.
So
true.
Can we talk about? So first of all, shout out to Al Pete, shout out to RL, shout out to Love Culture. That's my team. Those are my people. Any of those people, I can talk to, and we have real conversation. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, sir.
Hey Pete.
But I appreciate y'all for real. But our parents weren't thinking about counseling.
Yeah, right.
Nipsey said something very profound. He said, "How can I think about things like mental health when I'm just trying to survive?"
Right. Yeah.
Right. Like mental health not important. I'm working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go home and make sure my kid ate and did homework and ready for school tomorrow. And I do this shit again. And I do that shit again. And I do that shit again. Mental health.
And meanwhile, running yourself into the ground doing it. You're not well.
Mental health. What are we talking about?
It's a myth.
Yeah.
Because it's just what we've been trained.
It all goes back to slavery. Don't make me go there. It all go back.
I mean, really.
All go back.
Hey, listen, I have a whole episode on epigenetics. Go ahead and check that out. Buzzsprout / Strong Friend Check-in. Yeah, check that out.
Bro.
Because you're right. Yeah. It does go all the way back to slavery. And like you were saying earlier, Jadelle, that shit is literally embedded in our
embedded
DNA.
In us. Thank you. Literally, I was about to say,
it's in our DNA.
It's in us.
Like you can't shake that shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Like, even then, where you have, you know, certain shit triggers you. You don't know why it's triggering you. You're just like, fuck. Like,
yeah, I feel like that. What's going on?
Then, like, I used to tell cats, like, when I used to go to parties back with my homeboy, like, white guys back in the day, I wouldn't fuck with white women. Like, and I remember just playing poker with one of them recently, and I was like, damn, I usually get a lot of play. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, just get drunk and, you know, one thing leads to another. Like, they mess with me, they flirt with me. Me, systematically, I'm like, nah, she white, I'm black. Last thing I need is me to get cased up.
Facts.
And it's like, that's a reality they don't have to face.
Yeah.
And it's just, you look back generation. And even like my grandfather, he commented on my Facebook post about it. He was like, it's crazy. I remember being told that by my father.
Yeah.
And he's late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
So fast forward 70 years, that conversation is still being had.
Still happening. Yeah.
And
to this day, in
2020. Nothing new under the
sun. It's embedded in your DNA. Some shit is just hereditary. You just know.
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn that hereditary, it means a lot of different things. Sometimes it's not what we think it is. Sometimes it's patterns passed down. It's not just, we talk about diabetes, right?
Yep.
Is it possible we just pass down food habits that suck?
Absolutely.
There you go.
We don't talk about that though.
I love soul food, but that shit is unhealthy.
Yeah, it is.
But guess what? I'm gonna say this. Shout out to I want to say it's called Black as Fuck. It's Black as Fuck.
Like the Netflix show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll go back to slavery. Sorry. It does.
It does though. You're right. It does. It does. You're right.
And when we go back and actually trace that shit and start realizing, damn, we eat like this because of that. We think like this because of that. We do this shit because of that.
It's true.
That's why.
It's true.
Man,
It's true. 100%. So, moving on, transitioning a little bit. So let me ask you both. I'm asking you both. Yeah. I mean, you are seeing a therapist, Jadelle, you are not, but I guess aside from therapy, so we can go ahead and get into these books here, one of which I definitely just put in my Amazon cart. How are you coping with your mental health? I mean, I know that you're going to therapy, but outside of therapy, what are you doing? Jadelle, you're not seeing anybody right now. So are you coping in ways that you feel are healthy or unhealthy? Because I'm going to say this right now, right? Like I said, I've been seeing my therapist for 2.5 years. I'm not seeing her anymore because I feel like at this point in my life, and I keep saying at this point for a reason, because I could go back. And there's nothing wrong with that. That wouldn't mean that there's anything wrong with me or that, I fell off the wagon or something like that. Because I feel like, at certain periods, like you said, you've done it before. Mm-hmm. You've been there before. Yeah. And now you just felt like it was time to go back. So, there may be a time or a situation in which I feel like I have to go back. But I know for me right now, amazingly enough, I decided to stop going to therapy in 2020, which is the wildest year I think we have all ever experienced. Like, ain't that some shit, y'all? Like, I stopped going to therapy in 2020. It's wild. But
it doesn't even sound shocking. Like, it's not even surprising.
Really?
Much shit is going on.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, wow, you're not going to therapy right now.
I mean, to me, it's just like, don't you need it to kind of like get through all this bullshit?
But it's so. 2020 has been so chaotic.
Been like that.
Yeah.
Not even blinking the eye.
Yeah.
You know what? That's real. I like that. Yeah. 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 We really at that point just like, right? Yeah.
That's how quick it like you're like, hell.
Yeah.
And you seen that shit they did? You seen the debate? You like,
yeah.
Nigga, I'm talking about therapy, and you bring up the debate, and that's gonna fuck me back up to make me want to go back to therapy.
Right.
Just let me breathe. Man.
Yeah, it's been a wild year. It's been a wild ass year, but regardless, I felt personally like I'm good. But I will say one of my coping mechanisms, and some people view it as healthy. I do. Some people view it as unhealthy, but I love to smoke. I think y'all know that. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the episode that I had with why is that the song that like was popping in my head? Shout out to Janae Aiko. But my episode with Terry Chief Rocka from why am I having a brain fart right now? Help me, y'all. Help. The show. Yes.
Oh, what's the actual
name?
Yes, thank you. Abundant Conversation. I'm so sorry, Terry. You know I love you, baby. But yeah, that's something that I love to do, and it helps me in certain ways. But like I said, some people would see that as a healthy coping mechanism, depending on if you're, kind of against big pharma, you're not really into taking medications, which I still do. I still take mine, and I do that on top of it. So do you have healthy or maybe unhealthy ways that you cope with your mental health in the meantime?
You can go first, because go ahead, bro.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Janelle.
Outside of my podcast, I use sports.
Okay.
I use sports as a big release of it, and even in the sense of just sports in general, just I'm huge into Monopoly.
Really?
That's my shit.
Can I tell you something real quick? Like 15, and I know that like people gonna think I'm like crazy, but I've never played Monopoly a day in my life. I've never played that game.
Fortunate. We got to get you on.
That shit. They be like, Monopoly takes too long. I'm like, no, not with me, bro.
I wouldn't even know.
If I get to the spot I need to get, man, I'm trying to knock your fucking head. Excuse my friends, but I'm trying to knock your head. You can ask anybody who's played with me. I'm a slow
you gonna have to teach me.
I rarely lose. And it gets real. It gets real competitive. But yeah, to me, it allows myself to just, it's a strategy. So it allows, even as simple as down to the roll or what card you pick.
Yeah.
So it just allows me to think. It gives me that free space. I can sit. I can strategize. I think a lot of times you just need to take a step back from reality and just be in that space. It's kind of like when it's funny that I say this, but it's true. It's like when if you ever seen Avatar.
Which one?
From
Like the cartoon or the one with the blue people?
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
he goes into his avatar.
Yes.
He just needs a break.
Yes.
And I think,
love that
a
show.
lot of times we just need that break. We just need to go inside ourselves, figure out what's going on with us.
Self-love.
And just literally self-love. Just figure out what's going on with us. And then, hey, I can embrace the world. And, now with me doing my podcast and me opening up and me getting my self-therapy and my self-healing, I've even, the craziest stuff is like I'm opening up and repatching wounds that I had with my mom.
That's
that I felt as a kid. So now me and my mom, we sit and we talk. Yeah. And she can listen to me and I listen to her. Like I remember I was telling her this past Friday, watching my little brother's game, I was like, I was so hard on you as a child. Like I hated you. And
I mean, it'd be like that though. That's real. That's real.
And she told me, she was like, I didn't know. Like, I just knew I didn't want you to end up where I knew you could end up. So I beat you. I did this to save you. But she was like, I realized, like, that's going to make you fear me. That's going to make you hide things. It's not going to make you be truthful with me. Because my biggest gripe with as I got older, I was like, you treat my little brothers different than how you treated me. And I hated that because I was like, yo, you used to beat my ass over nothing. Yeah. You wake me up 2 Sunday in the morning to wash dishes. Yeah. Like, fresh out of dead sleep. And she was like, but I learned from you. You were my experiment. Like, I grew up with you. And, she was like, now, she was like, with your little brothers, I can't beat their ass over little stuff like that. Because it's going to make them want to sneak. It's going to make them want to hide.
She literally learned.
So now when I see my mom, I'm like, I was just hard on you. Like, I get it. Even then at the age, she was like in the 26 through 30 age range. When I'm in that age, right? I'm like, no, I just want to party. Like, I just want to chill. I want to enjoy life. And I was like, I get that. Like, you weren't robbed of it, but you still wanted to have your fun. I was like, I get it, bro. I was just hard on you, bro. Like, as an adult mom, I'm sorry. Like, you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you might have whipped my ass a little too much, but you did it to try to save me and protect me. But if I can, say anything, just now that we sit and talk, like I had my first drink with my mom this year. Wow. Like I'm 30. Yeah. And she was like, the reason why I never drank or smoked with you was I didn't want to, as a young age, I didn't want to contribute to if you did have an addiction or a habit. And that was my mom's, I would love to smoke with my mom one day. But her thing was I didn't want to contribute to it if you did have an addiction. So she would always buy me drinks. Like when I was underage, she would buy me liquor on like the 4 Loco days. But she would never drink with me. And that was something I always respected.
Ooh, that was a day.
Because she was like, listen, I provided for you, but I'm still the parent. And I don't never want you to get it confused.
Get those lines crossed,
I'm a parent, I can be your friend, but we're not going to be in the same party. I've always
Take your
respected.
ass.
No, I do want to bring my mom to R&B mostly.
Oh, that's
outside
different.
of that.
Come on.
But outside of that, I have such a new love for her that I didn't have as a kid. Like I used to have a diary. I used to write hateful shit, and one day she found it. And she saw how much hatred I had, so then it broke her heart.
Look.
And I'm like, yo, like it's different now. Like I get it. Now I'm at an age to where I can understand it.
You see her as a person now. Absolutely. That's what that is.
She tried to
she did the best she could with what she had, bro.
And that's what I said, man. Sometimes a lot of times we're hard on our parents. You don't realize it until you get to the age until you have your own.
What? Look, that's a saying. They say it all the time. When you get grown, you gonna understand.
Yeah, they do be saying that. Because
it's real. You gonna be their age and you gonna understand the shit they went through. And you like, damn. I get it, mama. I get it, dad.
Your parents become like your child.
Dead ass.
Woo, that's another conversation.
Stop playing,
because I be having to raise my mama, and I'm like, listen, sick of it.
But it's what they prepared us for.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
real talk.
Because that was the first person. That's the first person that should love you.
Yeah.
Into this world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they do leave, the last person they want to love them or to be there with them is their child that they brought in. So I definitely think that's the gift that keeps giving.
For sure.
That's all.
So Larry, I see that you have, your coping mechanisms right here on the table.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about, what you got going
so
on here.
I'm basically a monk right now, if I'm gonna be honest.
No, that's dope.
That's why I said I'm letting him go first, bro.
That's
Like
dope,
for the last like almost 70 days, I wake up, I meditate, I do affirmations, I pray. I then get out of bed, I drink water, I do push-ups and sit-ups. I've been doing that for 70 plus days.
That's what's up.
Right? So like everything I'm doing, not everything, but generally speaking, everything I'm doing is like fucking healthy. Because I'm like open as fuck. I can't even do certain shit. Like I'm me. You know what I'm saying? But like there's certain shit I'm like, I can't do that. That's not healthy. I'm not finna do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm blocking the shit myself.
Yes.
But I've always been a very aware person, but now in this space, with my counselor breaking shit down for me and me, I'm pouring it to myself. So this is Sunflower Soul by Landrell, and this is Eternal Sunshine by Landrell, and it's just like he's like that. That guy, Landrell, is like that. I'm listening to his music. I'm playing some of his meditations.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Yeah.
So like. Everything I'm doing is like that on that healthy. Like I just finished the 10-day, you know what I'm saying, green smoothie cleanse. Like I cleaned all the time. Yeah.
Appreciate it. You lost weight too.
No, I lost 45 pounds in 2 months, bro.
God
I was not a big dude.
Damn, what you did? It can't just be smoothies now.
Nah,
I
somebody
tried
said
that
you did
shit.
No,
okay.
No, it was.
Hold on, it's a tweet. Somebody tweeted it too. Black people, we make a joke out of anything.
Nigga, you did some crack.
Contributed.
You did. I'm gonna tell people you did some crack.
Right? Was there a little, little extra power?
Nah,
I'm like, oh, you trying to eat healthy? Hey man, look at this nigga over here. He's trying to eat healthy.
Goddamn, they can't eat healthy as fuck.
We joke about
right.
everything.
We really do.
Even this serious shit, you like, look at this nigga over here. He's trying to get healthy. You like.
Cause I saw the post on Facebook and I was like, nah, nigga, this wasn't no smoothies. It wasn't straight smoothies.
No, I intermittent fasted.
That will do it. Yeah.
From August to almost the end of September, and then my birthday happened. I went to Vegas, came back. I was retraining my body, and then I went on this 10-day joint. My body was already in that mode, and it just went in a hyperdrive because I continued to intermittent fast while I did the 10-day green smoothie cleanse. Wow. So I dropped.
When I tell y'all would have been hangry, y'all wouldn't want to be around me.
Once your body adjusts,
Ooh, that adjustment period for me would
food
be wild.
It's mental. A lot of it is mental. So like you gotta think, I was already doing what I was doing every day.
Yeah.
Hungry. So I'ma just pray. I'm serious. I'ma just read. I'ma just do some push-ups, like for real.
I mean, hey, listen, what I'm hearing you say really
Jedi mind trick.
I mean, Jedi mind tricks, but really it's discipline, is what I'm hearing you say.
Basically.
You became a lot more disciplined over this 70-day period, which that takes so much willpower and dedication, which is personally why, I be struggling. But I think it's really dope that you are able to put yourself in that frame of mind. So I guess my question for you would be, is this something that you have wanted to take on yourself, or was this kind of like influenced by your therapist or a combination of both?
I started this before my therapist came into my life. I was already, it just kind of, I kind of fell into it. I was stressed out and I wasn't eating. And then I was on a certain schedule at work at the time. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to just, my homie was already kind of intermittent fast. We was talking about it. And shout out to BJ. BJ sent me a video from our Reduced Lunch. Sent me a video. And I was like.
It would be BJ. Shout out to you, BJ.
Shout out to my God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be BJ.
It's like Dr. Manhattan.
Right. Man, shout out to BJ. Shout out to the Reduced Lunch organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God walking amongst men, because he's so liberated.
Yeah.
Man, look.
It's just a free spirit. When I see free spirit, that's literally
it's
bro.
BJ. Yeah.
Bro. Serious. But yeah, he sent me a video. I was already kind of in that mode. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And then it turned into a week. Then it turned into 2 weeks. And I'm like, I mean, I kind of like doing this shit.
Yeah.
And then I started therapy shortly after that. I was already doing the work. She was like, okay, you doing something.
Yeah.
All right. She right now we literally going through, we just handled COVID era. Now we going through past shit. We going all the way back now. But like.
That's going to be fun. Let me tell you. Get ready.
I already know. Tomorrow finna be hell, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just kind of, I just couldn't stop. Like I just didn't want to stop. I felt better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I kind of fell into it, and then I started to kind of I know how to get into. I'm in the military. Like I know how to.
I was thinking that too.
I know how to
you
discipline.
already have that regimen.
I know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was like, well, once I get out, because once I finish my orders, I'll just figure out a schedule that works, and it's been working. So yeah, I'm on it.
I'm proud of you. I'm very, very happy for you because that takes some real willpower. And for somebody who has tried to lose weight in various different ways and nothing has stuck yet, we gonna talk. But for me to hear somebody and like see somebody really doing it, that's really dope. So congratulations. We're gonna give you a round of applause for that. That's dope.
Shout out to Dedrick.
Dedrick's good too.
Even Dedrick, man. I remember the first time I got introduced to them or recorded with them. I'm breaking McDonald's breakfast, and everybody was like, "Nah, we beat."
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not on that, but you know.
You ain't tell me this before. All this money on breakfast, and ain't nobody eating it, and it just made me respect. I was like, damn, like you're getting into it with yourself, dog. Like, that's dope. Like even then, like if I know I'm eating fast food, like I know, I'm like, you know, you don't need that shit. Like why you eating that shit? You're all right, go get your ass a smoothie or something tomorrow. Like I know, and it's the discipline. Like it's the right or wrong. Like you know. You know you shouldn't be doing that shit, but don't be mad at the result that comes with it.
I ain't got time.
That's real. That's real.
So it's absolutely don't poke the bear and be mad at the bear attached you.
Right. You're right. So I'm really happy to see that, both of you have, fairly, well, not fairly, they are healthy ways of coping with your mental health. I mean, like I said, I'm still on my meds, which work. I have me a good smoke. I had some shit the other day that I swear to God opened my third eye for real. Y'all can ask me about that later if you want to. But it was great. Yeah, y'all can DM me about it because listen, I will.
You have when you talk, like you get heard, like when you express yourself, when you talk, like how to get your thoughts off. Do you feel like you're being heard?
Heard by who exactly?
Just in general.
Just in general.
When you said like with the mask, and I just re-listened. Just recently listened to Joe Rogan and Kanye, and I'm just like, Kanye ain't crazy. It's just his thoughts. Like I think it's more so his trying to get that outlet out. Like even then when he tweet, it's not that he's just tweeting wild shit. It's like he's literally tweeting what comes to his head. Yeah. But you won't know off a tweet. It's only 150 characters.
Yeah.
You won't know until you can sit
not
with
enough
somebody.
Information.
It's not enough to where you can sit with somebody and you just talk and you get your thoughts off whatever you're trying to express.
To answer your question, I would say that I do think I'm heard. One of the things that's really important to me when I'm like developing a relationship with somebody, and relationship, platonic, familial, romantic, whatever, is that I be heard. I've never had a problem expressing myself. I think that because of therapy, I express myself better, way better actually. I guess I won't say I express myself better, but I'm not so afraid of the consequence that comes with expressing myself.
And I think that's vital.
Yeah.
When because
boy,
you know how a person can accept you and learn how what to do and what not to do. If you're just closed in and you're caged in and you're not saying the shit that's bothering you, that person's not really gonna know.
Yeah.
But like, if you tell that person, hey, this is this is what pisses me off, this is what doesn't piss me off, or hey, this kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
They know, they're aware. So now if you do this shit again, don't be surprised for the reaction you get from me.
Yeah.
Because I've already told you.
Yeah. On that point, which is really funny that you bring that up. This wasn't supposed to be this kind of episode. This wasn't supposed to be about this. We gonna pivot. I'm gonna say this. We gonna pivot back, right? So with you saying that, so I'm gonna go to like romantic relationships. I have found that it's become easier because of therapy for me to express myself in romantic relationships. Yeah. So I'm not afraid to say the things that I like and don't like. And when I say those things, it's not, an argumentative. We ain't got to have no attitude. It don't have to be all that. I just simply say what it is. And therapy has put me in a space to where I feel like I can be more vulnerable, which is something that I have had and at times still have trouble with, but I'm able to be more vulnerable. So when I say those things, I am concerned about being heard, especially if this is somebody that I want a relationship with. But at the same time, I'm just happy within myself that I was able to say it.
Yeah.
Like that is the goal for me. That's the accomplishment. That's what makes me happy, is that you said it, you stood in it, it's out there. Now this person has to do whatever with the information that you gave them.
Yeah.
And I try not to get wrapped up in the result. Like how you're saying, like, okay, this person can hear this and abide, or they can hear this and, whatever the fuck. I try not to get so caught up in the result. I like to dwell on the fact that you said what you needed to say, and you were able to vocalize your needs. Yeah, that's what's most important to me.
That consequences.
That's what's
Yeah.
the most important factor of that. You got it out.
Yeah.
So, and even then,
great question, bro.
That was a good question.
We can't even be mad if a person doesn't give us the answer we want.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
We and a lot of times we may not like it, but we gotta accept it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that person is.
Yep.
And once you learn how to accept how a person is, whether you like it or not, we can't change people.
Yeah.
That is, listen,
and
therapy will teach you that. They will teach your ass that, okay?
I want to change you, dog.
I have to accept you how you are when I meet you, or whenever we get to that crossing the road. If you do something, and I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, I didn't like that rubbed me. Now, if you do it another day, okay, this is just you.
Right. This is what you're gonna do. Yeah.
So now I know not to do this with you, and so forth. And I think the more once you accept you learn how to accept people for who they are.
Absolutely, 100%. Therapy will really teach you that.
Boy.
And if you guys at home, since we just throwing out book suggestions and stuff, if you've never read the 4 Agreements, one of them is that take nothing personal, which is something that I'm still learning, but you cannot take anything that anybody does personally. Everybody has their own filters, their own life experiences, their own just way of being that colors who they are, how they react to things, and it has nothing to do with you. Has literally nothing at all to do with you. Do you sometimes, get the repercussions of that? Yeah, sure, but it still has nothing to do with you. Really I could preach about the 4 Agreements all day, but we gonna bring this back. Sorry,
it's a 5th one, right?
Yes, I do. Yes,
it's a 5th one.
Yes, there is a 5th one. Yes, so I'm gonna bring it right back.
Go ahead.
So.
We gotta create you a Patreon, man.
I know, right? I did think about that. I really did. I was like, what if I put this behind a paywall? But free game for the people, right? So, anyways, bringing it on back, what I want to ask both of you: you're seeing somebody you're not. So, my question to you is the same question, but my question to you was, how bad did it have to get before you saw somebody? And for you, Jadelle, how bad would it have to get for you to be like, all right, I gotta see somebody now? Because I feel like as people in general, and especially as Black people, we have been taught, just kind of like going back to, these generational curses and these patterns that we're trying to break. We have mostly been taught, keep your business in the house. We don't talk about what goes on outside of here. Depression, my ass, you better pray about it. That type of thing that really keeps us from getting the help that we need. So I feel like, or at least for me, I'll speak for me, it got to a certain point in my life where there were certain patterns that kept getting repeated that I didn't know how to break. And for me, I was just like, somebody has to help me because I can't do it myself. I tried to do it myself. This is not working. So let's see what does. So for y'all, like, what, and you don't have to be specific, but just like, I know you said COVID, but like, what did it get to, Jadelle? How bad would it have to get for you to be like, nah, I gotta see somebody like right now today?
Like life was fine. I wasn't like dying none.
Yeah.
I felt like I was losing everything internally.
Yeah.
And certain relationships. Like my mind opened and I had a moment and I was like, I have to go fucking see somebody or I'm about to fuck a lot of this shit up.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd be down, find a counselor. But I started, the work was already starting. like the seeds were already planted. I was already moving in that direction, but I'm like, a counselor gonna help me really get where I need to go.
I feel that. I think in my experience, I think like you were saying, some seeds were already planted because what helped me honestly really like go for it is I was consuming content from Black folks that made therapy like okay to me. Because I mean, let's be real. Right there. Let's be real, okay? Sometimes you have to see other people making shit cool for you to do it. It's called peer pressure. We all succumb to peer pressure, whether it's negative or positive.
Niggas love Jordan because other niggas love Jordan. Sorry,
you stupid. But and I mean, like, that's why I do this show. Like, for other people to see, like, you know, I ain't nobody yet, you know, but at least people can see, okay, like, this Black girl, like, swears by therapy. Like, why don't I try this shit? Like,
you need to
she
be
is
already.
always, she's like already like, you know, really into this. Like, maybe I should try it. And I mean, the content I was consuming, like, really made it cool. Like, damn, these people's lives are changing because of this. Like, let me give it a whirl. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, sometimes it takes that positive peer pressure for people to go ahead and make that move because the seeds will be planted. So I definitely fuck with what you're saying. So Jadelle, what about you? Like, what would it take to make you say, I gotta see somebody right now? And y'all, I know I said this was a mini-sode, but again, this is a really large, really important conversation. So thank y'all for rocking with me for way longer than I intended. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead, Jadelle.
Honestly, honest answer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fine.
And the reason why I say that is...
Yeah, that's fine.
2017, I lost my... I have my wife as my world, and I had my best friend. She was my world as well. She got killed in a hit or run in 2017.
Oh, wow.
So from that, you know, for somebody that I talk to every day, I lived life through her. Yeah. I had to deal with that alone. So when you say how bad it has to get,
it's like it's already been there.
It's there. Like, I can't see it getting any worse. Like, I'm so numbed from her dying that it's nothing that can happen that would shock me at this point in life.
Wow.
Because that she was just that something pure. That's how she was. Like, she was just pure. And I never platonic, never saw her in the physical way. That was just
she's your friend. Yeah,
literally my sister. And any guy she ever dated met me, had to get my approval. Any chick I dated met her, had to get her approval. Yeah. So when I lost her in January of 2017, and she left behind a son.
Oh wow.
And it's like,
damn.
And then I'm just like, damn, like how, like even then, like I have my moments with my wife. She's just like, she tells me that she's like, I just wish it was me instead of her.
Wow.
And I'm just like, why would you say that? She was like, I just know how bad you hurt. Like, you don't have to say it, but like I can tell when you're in your moods. I can tell when you're down. Like, I just know how much she meant to you. I'm like, me losing you is not going to change anything. Like, I'm still going to hurt as well.
Yeah.
But it's just like with her, I had a unbiased opinion. So me and my wife get into it. I'm like, I could call her. I'm like, yo, am I tripping? She's like, bro, like, straight the fuck up. Like, yeah. And it wasn't like, anything sexual between. That was just my
right.
Friend.
Yeah.
I get confided, and she would let me know for the better good for the both of us. Not just like, hey, bro, I'm gonna take your side.
Right, because you're my friend. Yeah.
And she was like, yo, like, bro, you was wrong. Or if I like in situations I was right, she was like, yeah, you was right, but she's still a female. She's still your lady. Like,
yeah.
Don't be.
What team you on, dog?
I know how you can
what
be.
Team you on?
Yeah.
Like, I know how you can be, but like, don't go overboard. And so me losing that, like I still have a son, which he's amazing, love him to death, and I still have a piece of her. Yeah. But it's like I will be open to it over the years. I definitely would love to get in it before I have children. Yeah. And just definitely know when I become a parent, I have a clear head of the point it is. I'm giving my child the greatest opportunity I can give to be a great dad and be loving. Yeah. And, you know, my child would be biracial. So allowing my child to just be like, hey, listen, you are black. You're black, but you're also white. Right. And, you know, you're going to have kids that see you in this light,
Mm-hmm.
and and it sucks because even certain, like I always say, like we consider J. Cole a nigga, but we say Drake, we just don't put Drake in that same connotation. Like,
yeah.
He Drake,
but it's
but
the same shit. It's the same shit.
But it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And I know that's something that fucks with Drake a lot because I remember he said in his interview with Elliot Wilson, he was like, I'm the decade of the year. I'm the man of the decade. From 2010 to 2020. It was like nobody's saying it's a black man.
They're saying it's Drake.
Yeah.
They're just saying it's Drake. He's like, he wants that acceptance. And being that child on that, it's I can honestly say we're the most loving generation of people.
What?
Yeah. Like just human race. Like nobody loves more than black people.
Yeah.
We love.
We do. You're right.
About everything we've been through. Through centuries, generation, we still smile.
Yeah.
We still embrace you open arms.
Yep.
We might not even fucking like you. But we're like, hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think, with that, so when it comes down to, I would love to be that. If anything, before I have my kids, I would definitely love to do therapy.
Yeah.
That way I just know I'm giving my child a fair shot at being loved unconditionally. Versus me going in my moods and I can finally more so open up about me accepting my best friend's dying.
Yeah.
Because I still don't know how to accept that. There's still days where I just want to call her.
Yeah.
And I know I can't. And I'm just like, all I got is pictures. I got memories. That's it. And I'm just like.
I mean, that's real.
It's real as fuck.
It sucks.
That's
she was 27.
Wow.
No, she was 26. She was 26. And that night, I was at Loft while she was fighting for her life.
Wow.
And she didn't die until she got to the hospital like 6 that morning. So she got hit. She was conscious the whole way up until like 6 that morning.
Wow.
She was able to ID the vehicle made. She gave clear description of what kind of vehicle was that hit her, everything. And it was just like, even then, like we went through a trial and went the case, the person only got a year. So so like with that, like when you're like, yo, like how bad does it get? Like I know it's gonna be parts where I just really want to get that shit off my chest and just like, yo, like even then, like I don't hate the person.
Yeah.
Because even when she did her year, she still had kids that she had to leave behind. And it would suck to not be at the point, the judge was like, hey, if you don't have nobody to watch these kids, we're going to put them in an adoption.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, fuck, because you've torn one family. But
we got to say another one.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a very sad situation.
I don't want that for neither.
Yeah.
Like, I hate what you did.
Yeah.
You took something from me that I can never get back.
Yeah.
But I don't want your life to be miserable as well. I don't like. Would I have liked you to get more time? Absolutely. I wish they could have threw the buck at you. But learn from this.
Yeah.
Like love your kids because my best friend can't love her son.
Yeah.
But I don't hate you.
Yeah.
And maybe that day will come when we talk and I could just like, oh, listen, man, like you took a part of me, like you took a big chunk out of my heart.
Right.
But just be a great human being. Like love your kids.
Yeah.
As best as you can. So that's it. I am open to it though. I definitely would love to have that.
Yeah. I definitely thank you for sharing that because I believe I saw on Instagram a picture that you posted of her, and this is the first of me really like hearing and understanding everything. But I'm extremely sorry that happened for you, for her family, for the person who caused it for that family, because it's a sad situation all around. Like nobody wins. But I do think that your openness for one, and then your willingness to do it before you have kids, I definitely suggest that people, if they want to have kids, for them to seek therapy, because I'm telling you, I cannot put into words the life change that happens. Like there's literally
Instagram with his daughter, the black dude.
She's talking about Kareem. My guy. That's my
guy.
guy.
I might not know.
Kieran, you need to.
Dude, he posted a video. he was holding his daughter. He was just saying like black men.
Shout out to Charlemagne. Charlemagne had reposted it initially.
Like, yeah, that's who I saw it first. He was like, listen, before you bring a child in this world, seek therapy. Yeah. Listen, because don't bring a child in this world. Yeah, him. Don't bring a child into this world.
Care.
And you're still not healed.
Yeah.
Shit that may be causing you trauma or just bad energy that you never got a resolution from.
Yeah.
Or you never got a solution from, to where, you still carrying this on. Like, find you. Learn who you are first. Yeah. Before you, close up those chapters. Close those wounds up before you bring another child into it. Because he said, it was like, it's tough. Like, it's tough. Yeah. And like, you're going to have moments where you just want to. So, him saying that, black love is beautiful. Black love is amazing. It is. And just to see, and he's young, like a young black man saying like, yo, listen, I know you see these videos of me and my daughter, but don't get it twisted. Yeah. I have my moments. Yeah. And just the ability to just be like, hey, listen, I'm human. Not perfect. I have my moments where I fall short. But this is what I think a lot of people forget. I keep striving to be better. Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. The only thing that matters is how many times you get up.
Absolutely.
As long as you can keep getting up, you live to fight another day.
Absolutely.
R.I.P. Pops.
I mean, listen, on that note, I feel like I'm ready to wrap this up because, listen, y'all, this was supposed to be a mini-sode that turned into like a whole full episode. No, listen, like I said in the beginning, this is such a huge conversation that needs to be had, and it needs to be had specifically with Black men. I want to say this, and then I'm going to like kind of wrap up. For those of you who don't know, who haven't been following my socials, I am now a certified life coach. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. Thank you guys. Yes, that's a thing that happened. I'm very, very excited to get started, get my clients, all that good shit. But one thing I will say, when I started my journey into getting certified, the thing that I said was, I want to serve women, specifically Black women. I am a Black woman. I feel like my journey, my testament, my story, Black women can relate to. And I just have a heart for Black women, and not saying that I don't have a heart for Black men, because I do. But one of the things that I felt kind of going into it, because I don't care what you do in this life, especially if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you got to think about your target audience, right? Especially if you're going to market the right way. Got to think about your target audience. So my thought process was, I would love to be able to serve Black people in general. But to me, to Adriana Sequel, it seemed like Black women were more willing to invest in their mental health. Whereas Black men, it seemed like when it came to self-help, they were more invested in finances, like how to get rich, how to build wealth.
That's literally,
and that's it. That's it right there. And that's it right there.
I meant to speak on that earlier, but that's literally how we've been trained. That's how we've been conditioned.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it right there. And I wasn't even apprehensive about saying that out loud. I was apprehensive about saying that here because I don't want to make it seem like Black men are a monolith. I don't want to make it seem like y'all are one thing, because clearly you two are sitting here proving that completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's just what I have seen. I just had to base my experience on what I had seen. But it makes me feel good to know, like it really does warm my heart to know that there are more Black men who are, yes, we all about getting to the bag. We're all about generational wealth, which I mean, everybody should be, period. But it really makes me happy to know that y'all are really searching for yourselves. Yeah. Like that really makes me proud.
Fuck the money if I ain't straight.
And that's
what that mean. If I'm passing money, but I'm passing bullshit to my son. Anyways, we can wrap up.
No, that's that's real. That's really it. So I want to wrap up. Before I go, I got two things for you guys. So, like we're saying here, therapy is great and wonderful, but again, it is an investment. So what I want to share with you guys before I go is actually from the Boris L. Henson Foundation. And what the Boris L. Henson Foundation is Taraji P. Henson's foundation for mental health. It's in dedication to her late father, who is Boris L. Henson. And what they have been doing is they've actually been offering free therapy to Black people. And as of recently, they started offering free therapy to Black men. So I'm just going to read a snippet from their website, borislhensonfoundation.org. And it says here that the BLHF Free Virtual Therapy Support Campaign was developed to serve Black individuals and families experiencing life-changing events related to or triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as everyday stress and anxiety regarding race relations and injustice towards people of color. The cost for virtual or teletherapy services by licensed, culturally competent, that's it, clinicians in our network for up to 5 free sessions were covered. Enrollment is available on a first-come, first-served basis. New registrations for round 1 commenced on April 15th and overwhelmingly led to round 2 on June 5th and round 3 on July 15th. Round 3 extended on September 30th exclusively for Black men age 18 years old and up, enthusiastically exceeded our projections by, listen, 250% of capacity. So, you guys, if you want to research round 3 of the Boris L. Henson Foundation's free therapy, make sure that you visit borislhensonfoundation.org. I'll be sure to link that so you guys can have access to it and definitely take advantage of it for sure. Listen, it is my life's goal to be able to give out free therapy, and knowing that somebody is already doing it, that's fucking amazing, is what it is. So definitely take advantage of your free resources. As usual, I always promote my resources page on authenticallyasb.com. If you are looking for a Black therapist in our area, which is Jacksonville, Florida, there's also some national resources on there for you guys. Lastly, before we go, the Strong Friend Check-in Instagram page will be closing in a week. Strong Friend Check-in ain't going nowhere, but the page is, because I'm just not really giving it the attention it deserves. And I know that I could probably be, getting more listens, more follows. So yeah, trying to maintain a bunch of Instagram pages really is for the birds.
That is hard.
It is. That shit is hard.
When I post out my videos and stuff on my episode, I post on my man. I'm like, why the hell am I finna post this on my other one?
Yeah, that shit sucks. It sucks. So I gotta let it go. So,
nice.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, talk to me later. But the page will be deleted in a week. So all 254 followers that I had, please follow me over at authentically_ASB. That is where you can find all of my content, from the blog to the podcast to my new coaching services. All of that will be right there. So finally, to wrap all this up, you guys, please let everybody know where they can find you. Larry, you can start.
Instagram is at I am DJ Larry Love. Facebook, you can just type in DJ Larry Love. All of my pages will pop up. Twitter at I am DJ Larry Love. I try to keep it all the same. You can type them in on everything and it should all pop up. So at I am DJ Larry Love.
Like
you gotta be.
Janelle, what about you?
It's funny you say that, because now on Twitter you can find me at Good904, or my new Twitter name I've changed about a month. It's Brother Love.
Brother
Love.
Love.
Your name is Larry Love, and I go by Brother Love. And on Instagram, I'm at Good GUDD 904. Facebook, Janelle Singletary Jr. I would like to say though, because I know somebody recently passed that I worked with, RP Crystal Platt. She just died to breast cancer.
Oh wow!
And it's someone I worked to. Matter of fact, she was the I'm sure she's related to Fred. So my condolences with you, bro.
Yeah.
And also that was the first wedding I ever attended.
Oh wow!
So to know I worked with her, she was a coworker of mine, and to know she had her silent battle with breast cancer. She lost, my hearts go out to her family and her husband.
For
and
sure.
Her kids.
Yeah. And especially with it being, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, wrapping that up.
2 days before our birthday.
Oh my God! Wow.
So our birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday, love.
Yeah, definitely our condolences.
Love to you and your family.
Yeah, for sure. As far as me, like I said, you guys can find me on Instagram at authentically_ASB. And you can find the show, our Twitter will remain. You can find the show on Twitter at StrongFriendPod. I actually have something pretty dope coming up on Sunday, and those details will be released on both of those platforms. So be on the lookout for that. But I just want to thank you guys again for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming by. This was y'all's first time. Y'all definitely, y'all gonna be back because y'all did the damn thing, okay? So again, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I mean, this was supposed to be an hour anyway, so we can lead into the next show, but it was supposed to be a mini-sode. But you know what? It's all good. It's all love. So thank you guys for checking me out on Just Checking In, a Strong Friend mini-sode. Strong Friend Check-In mini-sode. I'm your girl, Adriana Sequel, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.
One time for your mind. One time for your mind.
Larry Love, obviously classic R&B. Larry Love, when is the next R&B Mostly? So, what is R&B Mostly? Back in 2015, yours truly, DJ Larry Love, was sitting on a couch and I realized that people thought R&B was dead. So I created a microblog to show people, obviously classic R&B, and to also show people R&B artists that exist today. Fast forward to 2019, we created our first event in Jacksonville, Florida. We've been kind of moving ever since. The idea is 80% R&B, 20% whatever else we feel like playing. Hip hop, soca, reggae, twerk music, whatever gets the people moving. So it's kind of an event flipped on its head. R&B Mostly is an event. It is a microblog. It is a place where we promote R&B music, good music, and we make mixes to show people, show that style of music in its fullest form. So my name is Larry Love, DJ Larry Love, and I am the founder and creator of R&B Mostly. You can find us on Instagram at R&B Mostly and on Facebook at R&B Mostly. And the N is not the actual sign of and, it's the letter N. So R&B Mostly, Facebook, Instagram. My name is DJ Larry Love.
My name is Christina Curates, and I am the curator of Sunday Vibes, powered by the Groove Sweet Jacks. You will hear neo-soul, R&B, and an eclectic sound throughout. It's definitely mellow vibes, perfect for a Sunday evening. Catch the mix Sundays at 9 p.m. and Mondays at 8 a.m. on the Sound of Duval. Hope you enjoy.
The Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win it! Set the Cleveland Cavaliers. Michael Jordan hits it at the foul line. 101-100.
It's crazy, man. One of the greatest plays, one of the greatest shots of all time, man. And just a staple with that shot, man. So, yeah. Welcome back. Oh, what's good? What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of my sneaker show. It's crazy because I did this last show. I forgot the name of my own show. But no, welcome back to another episode of Show and Tell, Sneakers Conversations. It's your boy one more time, Deja L. Hicks Jr. Glad to be back, man, with a new episode. So today is a special one, man, iconic, man, a shoe that we're going to talk about. But before we get started, just want to shout out to the Mamba over my left shoulder, and shout out to the Mamba Mentality over my right. And of course, I decided to bring the belts down from the rack, and we're shooting at a different angle this week. But please remember, when you see your dog, please acknowledge me as a former two-time world's heavyweight champion, two-time. Yes, sir. All right, man. So shout out to YouTube, shout out to Instagram TV, shout out to all the love, man, that we've been getting. Shout out Reduced Lunch, shout out NPN. Been having a lot of fun with the sneaker show. So I said probably 3 shows ago that I wasn't going to be doing Jordans for a while, and I stuck to my word. So we did some Air Maxes. We had my man Cedric Farr in here showing off his collection, man. But I got inspired to do this show by Slam magazine, the basketball magazine. They have a Slam Kicks as well, and they say, hey, is the Jordan 4 the most underrated retro from their earlier Jordan lines, or maybe all together? And I sat there and I thought, and I said, yeah, I think they are. And we're going to get into one specific model that I just recently was able to cop, one of my Grail Jordans that I just received not too long ago. So I'm really excited to talk about this shoe. But we're not gonna hold up your guys' time. Let's just jump right into it, man. So the Air Jordan 4, what do you think? In my opinion, it's one of Tinker Hatfield's best shoe designs ever. I know the Jordan 1 is miles and beyond a lot of people's most favorite Jordan, but like for me, man, the silhouette of the 1, the 3, the 4, I think those 3 in particular, of course the 11, you can't, design-wise, stitch-wise, pattern-wise, material-wise, I mean, just the best. It's just the best. And I have been like, off and on the Air Jordan 4. So the first pair of Jordan 4s I ever had were the cement, the white cement Jordan 4s. And I still have them to this day, just rocked them not too long ago. But it was one pair that eluded me. And I'm happy to say that I finally was able to get this pair in OG status form, and I'm pretty sure by me saying that y'all already know exactly what I'm talking about, man. So got a story to tell with these sneakers. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So as you have here, you have a traditional Air Jordan box, an Air Jordan 4 box. You know, you got all my little information right there where it's size 12, of course. Oh wait, are these a 12? Because in the earlier models, like the 1s, the 3s, the 4s, probably on up, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, and the 10s, I can wear like 11 and a half. So it's kind of back and forth with Jordans, but this is a size 12, as you can see. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Well, you see the detail on the shoebox as well. I love the old school Jordan boxes, man. Like the 1 box, all black with the red Nike, the 3 box with the cement, the elephant print, the 6 box with, I love how they just went back to the old school box, and this is no different. Of course, you got the Nike Flight right here on the shoebox, which is real dope, man. You got the cement, you know, the cement all over the like the base of the box. You got that. Hopefully y'all can see that, you know, which is real raw. But you know, we have that as well. Let me get my camera in focus, but here we go. So you got the cement, you know, all over, like I just tried to show you guys. But I like how they went back to the throwback box. I just think they're really dope. Let's go ahead and open it up and let's get into these bad boys. We have the 2019 edition of the Bread Jordan 4s. Yes, sir. One of my grails for sure. And I was just recently able to get these pair. When they released in 2019. Maybe it was around All-Star weekend. I think it was like the 30th anniversary or something like that for the Air Jordan 4. So I was able to cop, and then luckily when I cop, they had the Nike Air on the back, which is just like the icing like on the cake, man. Just the icing on the cake. So very, very raw shoes. So let's go ahead and get into the details of the shoe with this one. So the 2019 edition, very clean, man. Very clean shoe. As we got right here, man, very, very dope. Just really, really nice. You got the fire, I guess that's fire red. You got the black nubuck. You got the gray on the side. Like I said, you got the Air Jordan 4 right here. Just so clean. The tongue is just so raw with this shoe as well. You got the shoelace caps that are gray. Just one of Tinker's best design with the wings on the side of the shoe. Of course, the air bubble. The bottom of the Jordan is just raw as well with the Nike on the back. Just all in all, one of the most beautiful sneakers ever. And I always wanted this shoe coming up as a kid. And of course, it all started with the shot on ELO, as y'all saw at the beginning of this video, man. I was a young boy, man, so this was like 1989 season, I believe, man, when the Bulls were, you know, Jordan and the Bulls was just getting going, man. And this shot happened the day before my birthday, actually, on May 7th, I believe, 1989, I think it was. And, you know, Jordan catches the ball, runs right at the free throw line. There's just so many pictures of still shots of Jordan hanging in the air, the bottom of his shoe just kind of just hanging out, man, and just iconic shoe. I think once everybody probably had that poster or that screensaver on their phone at one time. But that was just the beginning of the shoe. And if we kind of back up a little bit, the first time this release was after, I believe, the All-Star game. He debuted the shoe back in '89, I believe. They had those red, dope, iconic All-Star jerseys, man, which was so fire to blend it in with the Breads, man, when they wore those jerseys in the All-Star game. And I believe Mike won his first MVP that year, too, in '89-90 season, I believe so. And just dope, man. Just the look Mike had wearing these type of shoes. I remember Nas said it in the Last Dance. And I was like, man, nobody was really having style like that in their sneakers. Because at that time, people were still wearing Adidas. But when you start seeing the Air Jordan 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, that's what the culture was shifting to, man. This was just really, really different. And even to this day, 31 years later with this sneaker, 31 years, this sneaker still is one of the dopest sneakers of all time. That is something to say about this shoe. But for me personally, I didn't get a chance to grab a pair. Of course, the 89, I think I was 3 years old. And then I think the next time it released was probably 1999. I was in high school, I believe. And I was in high school. I'll tell my age a little bit. But mama couldn't afford them, you know, so we couldn't get them. So I seen all the boys at the school wearing, and some of the ladies too, they was wearing the Air Jordan 4. I was like, man, I sure would love to have a pair of those. And then I think they re-released again in 2012, I believe, with the pack. They was doing the anniversary pack, matching up all the different Jordan numbers to make 23. I wasn't able to get them then either. You know, I was becoming a man. I was getting my own apartment and everything like that. And so around that time that was happening, I couldn't get the shoes because I had to get a bed. So it was either bed or Jordans. Don't get me wrong. I was very close to getting them J's and making me a little pallet, you know, on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Until I was able to get my bed. But no, you know, shout out to my moms, you know, really say, hey, I think you might want to go with that bed. So eventually I did. But then they rolled around again, and unexpectedly, they put that Nike Air on the back of this shoe. And I said, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was in a good position in my life where I was able to cop, and I copped them, man. And when I got them, man, I probably looked at them for like 20 minutes, man, just going through both pair, man. Just 20 minutes, man, just looking at this shoe and just in awe of how dope the shoe is, the detail, the colors, the way they put everything together, man, was just so clean, man. And I honestly think, man, you know, we're really looking at them again. Let's just go back into the shoe. Like the netting. Like, let's go through the details. Let's just go through the details. The netting of the shoe. They have this net part, like right here. Like just so raw, like with the wing part, the lace lock, the way the Jordan tongue is just fire right there. Like the nubuck-ish type feel of the shoe. The way the colors just blend in together, you know, with the gray and then the red. And then this right here, man. This right here, that's fire, man. That's just so fire. This right here is just so fire. And then, of course, the bottom of the sneaker is just so raw as well. And like I said, man, I just can't say enough about this shoe. Now, for me, honestly, this shoe is definitely probably a top 3 for me, up there with the Space Jam 11, the Bread 1, and Infrared 6 is up there as well. But I love these, and I wear them sparingly because I should have doubled up, and I probably have an opportunity to get another pair, but we'll see. But all in all, the moments that Jordan created, you know, how this shoe was all over in hip hop. You see your favorite artists from, you know, Jay-Z, Kanye West, your favorite players playing in them in games, all of the way Nike just, you know, advertised this sneaker, man, was just super dope. So really in love with the Jordan 4, and I'm a fan of the 4. I got maybe probably 4 or 5 pair of 4s, and we'll get to those down the line. But you know, I want to hear from y'all. You know, is the Jordan 4 underrated? Because when people talk retros, they don't really talk the Jordan 4. You know, it's always the one. The Jordan 1 is the one that everyone is on. My boy said it's all over the ones. My man's Black just recently fell in love with the ones, and that's all he's trying to gravitate to. So close friends and brothers of mine, that's what they own. I have a bunch of ones too, so I'm not saying that, but I can't lie. I can't lie. Outside of the Bread 4 and the Bread 1 and the Royal ones, outside of those two, I'll probably go this right here over all of them. And I have a few other ones too that I probably would go over some ones just because of the cut, how they feel. I just think they're just super dope. So, you know, I was talking to some buddies of mine. We're all in the sneakers, and I just, you know, randomly text them and shout out my boy Steph Love, shout out PJ Darrell. They feel me on that, you know, because Slam Kicks had posted the tweet, and myself, and I said, yeah, the Jordan 4 is underrated. And then my boy Steph Love was, thank you, you know, saying yes, underrated. And my boy PJ liked the comment, man. So yeah, I would like to hear from y'all. Is the Jordan 4 underrated? Does it get enough love? Do you even like the Jordan 4? I would like to hear from y'all. So hit it, the comments below. Let me know what you think about the Jordan 4. And on the next episode, I'll read off the comments to see what everybody thinks. But yeah, man, I know last week I did like 5 or 6 different pair of Air Maxes, man, and shout out all the love that y'all gave me on that episode, man. Everyday sneakers. I had somebody say, them your everyday sneakers. Like, the boy said, well, I'm wearing one of them on my wedding day. Or I'm wearing them the first Sunday on church. So I appreciate all the love. But yeah, man, the MX is just what I wear. Everyday sneaker. But yeah, before we get out of here, man, of course. Oh yeah, how can I forget this, man? I would have been tripping if I wouldn't have put the tag. Here go the tag, man, that came with the shoe. Just so dope. I take all my tags off and I just put them back in the box. And then of course I got the original black paper here that came with the shoe. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. This is a classic. This is an iconic sneaker. Top, for sure. Top 3 sneaker for me all time. Like no matter what. Whether it's a Adidas, it's a LeBron, or it's a Kobe, or it don't matter. This is never coming out of the top 3, and I'm gonna double up on these as soon as I get a chance. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. So this episode is inspired by the Slam Kicks post on Twitter mentioning it's a Jordan 4 underrated, and I think that it is, and just want to take the opportunity to show us some love. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the show. And we're going to be, like I said, I'm in the mind. My mind is going crazy trying to expand this sneaker show. So we're going to be getting out here doing some live stuff for the sneaker show as well. So stay tuned for that. But I'm your man, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr. Again, of course, one of the greatest touted world champions of all time. And yeah, we'll kick it with y'all guys a little later. Y'all be safe out there. Yo.
My name is Christina Curates, and I am the curator of Sunday Vibes, powered by the Groove Sweet Jacks. You will hear neo-soul, R&B, and an eclectic sound throughout. It's definitely mellow vibes, perfect for a Sunday evening. Catch the mix Sundays at 9 p.m. and Mondays at 8 a.m. on the Sound of Duval. Hope you enjoy.
The Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet, Groove Sweet.